Okay, we are live. Part numero 4 of fat loss series we're doing on Instagram Live. Okay, we'll wait a little bit, see if we get any people to come in here. So just to preface what we're going to talk about today we're going to talk about sleep. Okay, so we'll put this out there. Sleep is the cornerstone to health. Okay, if you get poor sleep, you're going to have poor, your hormones are going to be messed up. And if you have messed up hormones, it's going to affect the way you feel, the way you look, the way you act, the way you think, and that all affects you. So getting good sleep, conversely on the other side, is going to improve all your hormone profiles across the board. You're going to get higher testosterone levels, growth hormone levels, less cortisol, the stress hormone. So let's get into it. So what happens when you don't get adequate levels of sleep? What's that going to do? Okay. Number one, it's going to it's going to increase insulin resistance. Okay. And we talked about this yesterday. We talked a lot about glycemic variability, insulin resistance, insulin sensitivity. So the more insulin resistant you are, the harder it is, or the more prevalent, the more easily you're going to store body fat. Okay. If you become insulin sensitive, you will not store fat as readily. Okay. And then the second point, you're going to experience with less sleep, you're going to experience greater blood sugar spikes throughout the day. So that means if you eat a banana and usually spikes your levels of sugar to here, now that you have less sleep, it's going to spike them higher. Okay, and when your glucose levels spike higher, that's going to turn into more fat storage over time. Okay, you're going to gain fat doing that. Okay, and then some of the hormonal things that are going to happen. Okay, with poor sleep, you're going to get less leptin. Okay, if you're familiar with what leptin is, it's the I'm full hormone, or the anti-starvation hormone. Basically, your fat cells secrete leptin when you've eaten. Okay, when they're full, when the fat cells are full, they secrete leptin. Goes to your brain, to the hypothalamus, which signals to your body that you're full and satiated. Okay. So when leptin decreases, it's going to lead to more cravings. It also reduces your thyroid hormone, and thyroid is directly affects your metabolic rate. Okay, so you get less leptin. You're going to get increased ghrelin, which is the hunger hormone. Okay, so that's going to also contribute to more cravings, and you're going to want to eat snacks and cheat on your diet. Okay. What else happens? You're going to get higher spikes of cortisol. Cortisol is the stress hormone, and we talked in our first series that higher levels of stress cause inflammation, and inflammation causes fat gain. Okay, so reducing your cortisol levels is imperative for losing fat. And the problem with cortisol is the higher levels you secrete, the worse your sleep becomes. So it becomes sort of like a vicious cycle. You secrete higher levels of cortisol, sleep goes down, which then causes you to secrete more cortisol, which adversely affects your sleep. Okay, and two of the other hormones that we talked about that are created primarily during sleep, you got your growth hormone, which is primarily created during slow wave sleep, deep sleep. Okay, so if you get too little deep sleep, you're going to have too little growth hormone, and that growth hormone is imperative for fat loss. And testosterone, during which phase of sleep is it? Your REM sleep. I think during the first wave, or the first stage of first cycle of your REM sleep is where 95% of your testosterone is created, I believe, for the day, or the highest amount of testosterone is created during that time. So if you don't get enough sleep, that's going to secrete less testosterone, which means you're not going to be able to pack on muscle as well, and means you're going to pack on more fat. Okay. So tips for getting better sleep. That's for another Instagram Live series. So maybe after this fat loss series is done, we'll do a get better sleep series. But that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out.